What's going on, y'all? Today I'm going to be showing you guys the top 3 glitched builds in NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Really quickly, like and subscribe if you eat food, and also let me know if you guys are gonna make any of these builds down below in the comment section. Also, if you guys do want the top 3 normal builds, I'd recommend checking out the video in the card above. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys strictly glitched builds. So starting things off for build number 1, this is going to be a point guard. And with all these builds, you're going to want to start on the metric system. Moving on to the body settings, starting things off with the height, you're going to want to go with the 1.77 meters. For the weight, go with 66 kg, and then 1.78 meters for the wingspan. Also, something very important is that notice how for the height, I went straight to 1.77 meters. The place where a ton of people go wrong is they drop the height all the way down to minimum and then bring it back up. However, if you do this, you're going to mess up the build. So what you're going to want to do is go straight to 1.77 meters. Now for the attributes and takeovers, you can pretty much just go with random stuff. Like literally what you do does not matter. And then when you get right here, you're going to want to scroll over to edit build and then press edit build and then continuously press circle or B until you back out to the main menu. And then you're pretty much going to want to change the units of measurement. If you have gone ahead and done that, you're going to want to edit the build you just made, which you guys are pretty much seeing me do right now. Right here on the vital screen, nothing really is going to change. You just leave this the exact same. But for the body settings this time, I'd recommend changing the height to 6'1", 164 pounds, and a 6'3" wingspan. All around, I believe these are the best body settings because it gives you really good 3-point hunting capabilities while at the same time having okay defense and okay finishing. You guys are going to see you get an 84 driving dunk for pro contacts. And additionally, you're kind of able to hold your own on the defensive end. Now moving right along to the attributes. Starting things off with finishing, you guys can see this is all around pretty good. You're going to get 15 total finishing badges. This means you're able to get the pro contact dunk package, which means you'll catch contact dunks from time to time. Getting these contacts isn't like common or anything, but what I'm trying to say is if you have an open lane towards the basket, you can comfortably take it. Moving on to shooting, you guys can see this is absolutely just elite. You're gonna get 35 total shooting badges as well as a 95 3-pointer, and also this is gonna become a 99 3-pointer if you buy boosts. All around, this build is just not missing whatsoever. You're going to be able to green very consistently. And plus, just with the way 2K works, you're going to make every single white as well. Honestly, when it comes to 3-point hunting, this build is just crazy. And then moving on to playmaking, this is also quite good. You guys see you're getting an 85 pass accuracy for gold bullet passer. And as well, you're getting a 92 speed with ball for Hall of Fame quick first step. And a 92 ball handle for quick change. All around, the playmaking on this build is very good. Now moving on to the defense of this build. Obviously, this isn't like crazy or anything. But you do have a little bit of block. You're going to get gold clamps and Hall of Fame interceptor, as well as 20 total defensive badges. So even though this isn't a crazy defensive build, you are able to hold your own on the defensive end, making this a viable build for pretty much all game modes. And then moving on to the physicals, this is all around decent. You need a 75 vertical to get pro contact dunks. And also a question I get asked a ton is why my speed is always lower than my acceleration. First off, acceleration helps you speed boost faster, which is why I have it all the way up at a 94, which is going to become a 98 if you get gym rat or do the Gatorade drills. And the reason why my speed is only at an 82 is because it helps you move around faster off ball. And then on the offensive end for a point guard build, you're not going to be off ball that often. And then on the defensive end, it does help quite a bit, but perimeter defense is what decides your lateral quickness. So even with that being said, it's still not that important. All around, I believe this build is actually just insane. This build is able to get 101 badges, and I think is an absolutely elite point guard build. Its finishing is okay, like you can rim run and go for open dunks if they're there, but like obviously you shouldn't just be spamming rim runs. The shooting and 3-point hunting is absolutely just insane, like literally top tier, and pretty much the exact same thing with the moving and passing. It's also just elite. And then on the defensive end, this isn't like crazy or anything, but you will be able to hold your own. So this version of the build is actually for parks. So if you do want free throw on this build, this is what I'd recommend doing. First, drop down your close shot to a 57 to get a 91 free throw. And then after you've done that, bump up your pass accuracy 1 rating, which will give you an extra badge. Now moving on to the takeovers. For both of these takeovers, I decided to go limitless range. In my opinion, these are the best takeovers, especially for a guard build such as this that's primarily going to be 3-point hunting. And all around, I find that this double limitless range combo is super overpowered. Like if you do get double take, you're just not missing, period. And as you guys can see, I built a playmaking shot creator, which does kind of make sense, but this build can do a lot more than just the average play shot. So moving on to build number 2. This is going to be kind of like a lockdown build. So for this build, you're going to want to go with the small forward position. And then to start things off for the body settings, you're going to want to go with 2.07 meters, 113 kg, and then max wingspan at 2.31 meters. And for the body shape, go with define. As usual, go with random attributes and takeovers. It really doesn't matter. And then when you get right here, scroll over to where it says edit build, and then press edit build and back out to the main menu, and then change the units of measurement. After that, go ahead and edit the build you just made. And then for the height, you're going to want to go down to 6'5" and pretty much just leave everything the exact same, but change the body shape to burly. And then once you get on this screen, scroll over to where it says edit build, back out to the main menu, and change the units of measurement once again. And I would recommend changing the body settings to 2.05 meters, 86 kg, and 2.31 meters for the wingspan. I know most of you guys are probably more used to the Imperial system, and for those of you guys out there, this height translates over to 6'9". Now moving right along to the attributes. Starting things off with finishing, you guys can see this is absolutely just elite. You're going to get a 92 driving dunk, allowing you to get elite contact dunks, as well as an 84 standing dunk, which will allow you to complete standing dunks pretty consistently. All around, just the dunking and finishing on this build is very, very good. Moving on to the shooting, this is quite good as well. Obviously, this isn't like a sharp shooting build, but you will be able to green consistently. Within total 21 shooting badges and a 77 3-pointer in mid-range. All around, as long as you know your jump shot, you will be able to shoot very, very well. And then moving on to playmaking. Obviously, this isn't that crazy, but just like shooting, it is pretty good. You're going to get an 85 pass accuracy, allowing you to get gold bullet passer and Hall of Fame break starter. And as well, your dribbling is pretty decent. Obviously, it isn't that crazy, but if you know how to dribble with a low ball handling, you will be able to move around pretty well. And then on to defensive / rebounding. You guys can see this is actually just crazy. I mean, you're gonna get 31 total badges, as well as gold clamps, gold rim protector, gold rebound chaser, Hall of Fame interceptor, and Hall of Fame intimidator. I mean, the defense on this build is actually just top tier. This is going to be an absolutely crazy lockdown build. And then for the physicals, you guys can see this is very, very good. I don't really think I need to explain this. This build in total gets 96 badges, which is quite good. And you guys can see it can do literally everything. Your finishing is elite. You're going to be able to shoot pretty consistently. Your passing is very, very good. And then your ball handling and movement's decent, I guess. Not to mention your defensive / rebounding is absolutely just crazy. If you guys want free throw on this build, I'd recommend doing this. Pretty much just go to your offensive rebound and drop this down to a 73. And then this will pretty much give you an 85 free throw, which is very, very good. And then for the takeovers, I decided to go with first extreme clamps and second limitless range. I think extreme clamps is definitely the best primary takeover for this build. And then I just went with limitless range second, since I think this is kind of a fun takeover. And as you guys can see, I built a two-way facilitator, which is honestly a pretty boring name. Also, if you guys do want to see a very similar 6'9" build in action, I'd recommend checking out the video in the card above. I took it to the 1v1 court to try an ISO, and it was all around a very fun video. So moving on to the third and final build of this video. For this third and final build, this is going to be the center build. And for this build, what you're pretty much going to want to do is for the height, go with 2.12 meters, 131 kg, and 2.39 meters for the wingspan. And then as usual, go with the random stuff for the attributes and takeovers. Then press edit build, back out to the main menu and change the units of measurement, and then you can edit the build you just made. For this build, I'd recommend going with 7 foot for the height, 215 pounds for the weight, and 7'10" for the wingspan. Now moving right along to the attributes. Starting things off finishing, you guys can see this is absolutely elite. I mean, you're getting a 90 standing dunk for elite big man contacts. And as well, you guys can see whether you're post scoring or just cutting towards the basket, this is going to be an absolutely elite build. For shooting, this is also pretty decent. You're getting 20 shooting badges as well as Hall of Fame sniper. And just like the previous build, this isn't a sharp shooting build, but you will be able to green consistently if you do know your jump shot. For playmaking, this is also quite good. Really, the only thing that matters is pass accuracy, which I would recommend upgrading to an 86. This gives you gold bullet passer and Hall of Fame break starter, which I think is very important for this build. Onto defensive / rebounding. Obviously, this isn't like crazy or anything. You're gonna get 35 total defensive / rebounding badges, as well as gold brick wall, gold rebound chaser, and Hall of Fame rim protector. And then moving on to the physicals, you guys can see this is quite good. I don't really think I need to explain this. This build's in total getting 101 badges. which is honestly just insane. You guys can see just based on the finishing and defense down low, this is going to be a very good build. And as well, you're going to be able to throw balls down court if you need to. And the shooting is quite good as well, making this a very good popper build. If you plan on playing rec center or pro-am and you want free throw on this build, what I'd recommend doing is drop down your offensive rebound to an 86. Make sure you also upgrade your defensive rebound up 1 rating and then upgrade your free throw to a 77. This way you still get gold rebound chaser. And then for the takes, I decided to go with first stuff blocks and second see the future. In my opinion, for a big man build such as this one, these are the best 2 takeovers. Also, you can flip them if you want to, but personally, I went with stuff blocks first since the blocking on this build is a lot better than its rebounding. And you guys can see I built a versatile paint piece, which honestly kind of makes sense as a name. But with that being said, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for the video. There's 2 gameplay videos on the screen right now, both of 2 different glitched builds, as well as the animations I'm currently using on the screen right now. Like, comment, subscribe, go follow me on Twitter, and I'm out. Peace.